Welcome back, everybody. We've got the last match of week 2. Thank you for joining in, and if you've watched all the other matches so far, they've been a lot of fun. A little bit of a blowout week kind of thing, like, you know, kind of players abusing other players this week, but it's a nice change from week 1. It's pretty balanced back and forth. It was pretty exciting, but hey, blowouts are exciting too. So I'm not sure what we're going to get here. Again, this is a blind reaction. I've been going like this for the most part. I just kind of did one of these, just looking at the Terra types. But I really don't know what's going to happen. I know both these players are definitely well prepared, and the teams definitely look like they do what they do. It looks like Aaron has brought the exact same thing he brought last week, but different items, moves, yada yada. But these 6 just work. So let's see how they work. And Shady, he's doing his trick roomy stuff, and the only fast stuff he has available, it looks like he's got as an option. Let me see. So safety goggles on the Dondozo. So it doesn't look like that's going to come into play because he didn't bring his Fungus, but I think I saw that too. I don't remember what I built when I did it. Because I did like the little preview of what I thought they were going to bring. I think I had goggles on my Dondozo as well. Specs Tatsugiri, yeah, definitely for crazy amounts of damage. After Trick Room's over or after the Dozo's gone. The Wheezing there with the Covert Cloak, that's interesting. Life Orb Slacking, that is scary. Oh my goodness. I want to see how much that does. So let's see how Aaron sets us all up. I love Shady's trainer card. Iron Moth is so cool. Alright, let's see what happens. So what do we got? Indeedee Armorers, no surprise. But let me see. I didn't actually... Okay, so it is neutralizing gas. For some reason, I thought he could have brought the Misty Surge, but... You know, maybe one week he'll do it, but this definitely stops him from doing what he wants to do there. Oh, Ability Shield. That was one of the things I was afraid of when somebody was telling me in the comments of that video. They're like, wouldn't you just do neutralizing gas? It's just objectively better. I'm like, Ability Shield's a thing, so Armor still gets its crazy damage, so I don't see any reason why he doesn't just go for Expanding Force here with Armor. Zero reason. Is this just like a follow me Trick Room maybe? Or is it just follow me Expanding Force? Because why not, right? We do have the Terra types though. So let me see. We've got... Oh, we have a Terra. So I know that Wheezing is Dark type. Okay, so there's the Terra. So Wheezing survives the turn. Let's see. Earthquake. Okay, that's good. Gets her. Ooh, hits your own Wheezing though. Oh, that did so much damage. Oh my goodness. And yeah, there's a Life Orb. Trick. That's interesting. That's so weird. And then Sludge Wave. Yo, Aaron doing a lot of damage to himself, but hey, it worked, right? Sludge Wave and EQ. I never thought that would be an option there. That's crazy. Just double, not just double spread, double field damage. Wow. Yeah, I know that Pokeaim did some Sludge Wave stuff with his Greninja, so that's really neat actually, but he had a Steel type. So Ursaluna's going to be on the field, and then the Drifblin's probably Psychic Seed, I would imagine. Yep, there it is. Helps against the Sludge Wave, but does this Slacking have Shadow Claw or Crunch or Dark type or Knockoff? Or yeah, there's Knockoff. Yeah, this is a cool set. What's Ursaluna doing here? I guess Ursaluna could go for its own Earthquake because you got the Flying type on the Drifblim, and you still have Terra available. So what do we have as an option? We've got the... Let me just pause it for a second. We've got the Drifblim is Grass. So I don't know if that helps you a lot here. And then the Ursaluna is Ghost. So I don't think he has a reason to Terra here, but Aaron's pretty comfortable right now. Let's see what happens. I'm not really sure what that Drifblim's going to do, though. Yeah, there's Truant. That's so good. Interesting. You went for the side Will-O-Wisp. That's cool. And then there's the Taunt. Substitute. Oh, you learned from week 1 with Necro doing it. Let's see how Sub goes. This Sub changes everything. And Leftovers. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, saves you from running the Flame Orb. Why not, right? Let me see. So I just don't think he Terras here. Like, I feel like it's a little early. You could Terra on the Ursaluna, to get around the knockoff if you read that. I'm trying to... if Goldango's in the back, you definitely don't want to have Terra Ghost on the field, so I'd wait. Yeah, I don't know about Double Edge. I'd probably go for a knockoff into the Luna. But he's got the sub up, so you definitely need to break it. So what's the Weezing gonna do here? You need to hit that Drift Limb, though. Yeah. Again, I keep saying yeah, like you guys can hear what's going on. Let me see. So he took a while to decide that. So is this Protect? So he did Terra, okay. I actually didn't know that's how sub worked with Terra. Like he comes out of Substitute to get the Terra off. Interesting. So it Terras and then goes back in? Yeah, that's so jokes. I actually haven't seen that before. There's a Protect, why not? Yeah, the ability shield on his Slacking's kind of rough. Yeah, because now the next turn he can't do anything, right? Shadow Ball into that slot. Oh, I guess that's the only attacking move he has. That's good info. And the Facade goes into there. Oh, he doubled the Weezing. Interesting, okay. The Shady's got an interesting board state right now. This is really interesting. Okay, so Slacking definitely... you could just get rid of that Slacking right now, but do you leave it on the field, though, or do you just get rid of it? Weezing just protected, so I feel like you could just go for the Weezing right now with Facade. And if he switches, like, you go for Shadow Ball and Facade, or Shadow Ball and, like, Headlong Rush or something. Yeah, I guess Shady definitely has to get rid of that Weezing, right? Because, like, you want your Guts boost, right? Like, that's such a big... yes, you can go for your Facades and stuff, but... let me see. What does Aaron do here? Aaron's got a really weird board state. Like, he's just almost like you're just waiting, right? Shadow Ball, yeah. You attack the slot that just protected. Why not? And does Facade pick up the Weezing? Probably, right? Strange Stream does very little. Ooh, that did more than I thought it would do. And Facade. Okay, so there goes the Weezing. So this just got a little interesting. Because that... Slacking can only go every other turn now, so you could just protect this turn. So maybe Aaron can switch on the field, and if that Ursaluna goes for a Protect here, then you might be able to set up. So like if you bring in like Goldango here, if it's in the back, I don't remember what he picked, then you can go for like a Nasty Plot or something. I don't know what he has. Oh, it's Tatsugiri in the back. Okay. Do you bring in Tatsugiri here? I feel like Dozo has to come in. That's Zen Headbutt. It is boosted by the terrain, so that's kind of nice. I feel like Driftblim might reveal Haze, though, so you don't want to get caught with that. So I would just leave solo Dozo on the field. Yeah, Slacking is able to go now, so Ursaluna is likely to protect, and that sub is still up. So I don't mind where Shady... it's not great. I think Aaron has the advantage, but Ursaluna has that sub, so that's really interesting. I think you just go for a Facade into that Dozo just to chunk it, right? Yeah, Psychic Terrain is up. I wouldn't even... does he just go for the Haze here? If he goes for the Haze, that would be interesting. Yeah, Aaron goes for the Protect, just wants to make sure what's going on. Truant happens. Wait a second, hold on a second. We need to see how that worked out. Did he just loaf around? 1 second. Don't worry, we'll go back in just a second. I just need to make sure. So he loafed around. Yeah, and he just loafed around again. That's such a weird interaction. I actually, honestly, guys, I'm speechless. I don't know why that happened. It's supposed to be every other turn, but I guess Weezing players would know. Yeah, it activated twice in a row. That's so weird. Okay. You know what's funny? I bet both players are probably thrown off by that. But attacking into that double protect, yeah, you definitely know that that slacking is being ignored right now. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what if Dozo hit? Yeah, that substitute's really annoying here. I feel like you need the defense boost now, right? So you might have to bring in Tatsugiri because, like, they're just going to keep, like, laying into that Dozo slot. So you need the defense boost and special defense boost. But if you're going to do that, you have to switch in the Drifblim here. Yeah, you have to get rid of it because of the haze and clear smog and stuff like that. Like, you've already wasted your Terra, so it could be clear smog or haze. Yeah, Tatsugiri comes in. I probably would have wanted to do that as well. But, yeah, at least he's targeting the Drifblim. If this is a protect on the Drifblim, that'd be crazy. Because then you just haze the next turn, and now you're in great shape. Let's see. Oh my goodness, all the boosts. Takes a while. Protect. Yeah, so that actually worked out really well for the, What did Drifblim do here? Oh, he is faster. Wait a second, did I miss something? Yeah, he switched it in. So does that mean Drifblim's going for Trick Room here? Yeah, because he's got the Unburden boost, right? Yeah, so, because that's the thing, like, hold on a second, this is such a weird game, because double speed Drifblim with the Unburden, either he doesn't have Unburden, that's possible as well. But yeah, he should have definitely outsped the Dozo at double speed, so he might have been going for Trick Room there. That's kind of crazy, actually. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm actually kind of curious to see Shady sets. If I don't mention this enough, guys, actually watch the players' perspectives. Like, go see Shady's match, and then go watch Aaron's commentary as well after this if you haven't already. But yeah, you can just see Aaron's got his thinking cap on right now. He's like trying to figure out what to do, but he just wins here. Yeah, even Tatsugiri, like, so let's just play this out. So you go for an attack. It stops the substitute, then Facade goes off. For some reason, somehow, it KOs the Dozo. I don't think it does. It might crit or something. And then Tatsugiri the next turn just destroys it. So you're fine. So Aaron wins this. Yeah, there it is. So even a crit wouldn't have done it. Well, it would have, because it would have gone through the defensive boost and crit and added the extra damage. So yeah, so Aaron just wins this. Cool set by Shady, though. I really like that. That's a neat strategy. Yeah, cool. Nice. Yeah, you know what? Shady going down that first turn the way it happened. I thought he actually battled back pretty good with that back row. Really interesting. Really interesting. Let me see. So what does Shady do this turn, though? Did we learn anything? I want to see Scrafty here. Well, maybe you just go for Indeedee Drifblim here as a lead, and then the Armarouge in the back with the Ursaluna, maybe. Houndoom, because, like, you have to expect the Goldengo at some point, right? Like, but honestly, Goldengo doesn't look super great here. With, you got Wide Guard, you got 2 fire types on the field. Yeah, I don't know if Goldengo comes here, so if you're Shady, like, I would go Indeedee Drifblim and then have the Armarouge in the back. Yeah, what's Aaron gonna do here? Like, I think you just bring Dozogiri, right? Because he hasn't really shown he can stop it yet. But now you know the item on the Indeedee, though, with the, yeah, I guess you don't get the Unburden boost if you're, if you have the, what's it called? If you have the neutralizing gas up, so that's kind of tough. I wonder if he didn't get the Unburden boost there because when the Psychic Seed was activated, he didn't technically have an ability. So when he gained his ability back, he had just had no items. So maybe that's the way it worked, and Dozo just outsped. Yeah, Aaron's just gonna do it again, right? Why not? It worked the first time, and you got so far ahead so early. So Shady's gonna be the one that has to adjust here. What is Shady's adjustment? Houndoom Driftblam. That is not what I was expecting. Houndoom. Again, how are you dealing with that wheezing? And you know it has EQ, so I guess Houndoom could have, like, Focus Sash? Yeah, what are you taunting, though? I guess you could activate Flash Fire with Will-O-Wisp as well. That's kind of neat. Yeah, you need rid of that, that wheezing. And that slacking just looks so strong. Like, how do you... I just don't know what Shady does here. Like, slacking's faster than both of them. Earthquake does get rid of the Houndoom, though. But Will-O-Wisp... Oh, that's nice. So, it looks like Aaron didn't put a lot of speed in his slacking. Yeah, he's just talking about how he chose not to. So, that burn could be impactful. Yeah, Houndoom's not super bulky. We'll take the recoil, though. And what did... Strength Sap. Wow, that's a lot of reduction. You know, that could affect things later because Slacking's just really strong because there's the taunt. So basically just Shadow Ball now is all he has. It just tells me the fact that he was using Shadow Ball into the Dark type last game, the Terra Dark Wheezing, tells me that he probably doesn't have any other attacks. So what do we have? Will-O-Wisp, Strength Sap. If it's not Haze or Clear Smog, I'd be shocked. So he probably just has the Shadow Ball there. But what's Houndoom doing this turn is my question. It might just be like a flamethrower or something into the wheezing because that slacking's doing literally nothing. Like it has enough damage output to take care of the Houndoom just to pick it off, so that's probably what Aaron's doing. Let's see. Yeah, Houndoom switches out from what though? Indeedee? Ursaluna, okay. Knockoff. Wow, that does nothing. Yeah. Psychic Seed is gone, so there goes the Unburt. Hold on a second. Am I like... Yeah, it doesn't... Okay, Chunk. So if you get knocked off, do you get the Unburden boost? I actually don't know. Hold on. We're gonna pause, and I just want to look this up really quick. This is crazy. Bulbapedia Unburden. Let me see. It's used or lost. Yeah, this includes items that were lost via knockoff. So you just activated Unburden for him. That's really neat. Things you don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that slacking's just completely useless, and it's just taking chip every single turn. So you can probably just ignore it. I think the wheezing just protects here. And then maybe you just go for a little bit of damage with the slacking, but I don't know why he wouldn't. Yeah, I guess Aaron could double switch here and get the Dozo on the field, but Drifloon with the Unburden boost, it's just going to be able to haze, so you just have to be really careful, or Clear Smog. You still have your Terra, so I guess if you're hoping for maybe the Clear Smog instead of haze, so the Terra Steel might make sense if he leans into that, so... Dark Terra, okay. I guess it does help you survive the ground moves. Yeah, Dozo comes in for the slacking. Yeah, it wasn't doing anything. You're just kind of like bleeding HP by leaving it on the field. Smart. Alright, so Dozo's here. Yeah, it's probably a safe switch for Dozo, just because, like, I don't think he was ever attacking the slacking slot anyway. It could just be a protect from the slacking. I mean, yeah, from the Ursaluna, though. That could be it. Yeah, there's the protect. Yeah, because Ursaluna is really strong, but like if you have that Flame Orb boost, it just does so much more. Yeah, Shadow Ball, so you resist it. Yeah, Weezing is just sticking around. It still has more than half its health, which is just beautiful. Taunt goes into the Protect, okay. Yeah, stops him from getting the sub off. That's interesting. So, Ursaluna has to go for damage here. You could go for an Earthquake here. That'd be pretty good, and then... But I think Ursaluna kind of has to protect, has to Terra here, no? Because Wave Crash just deletes it. Yeah, maybe Earthquake works here. You know what's crazy though? Drifloon could technically have like Icy Wind, And then the Icy Wind goes off, lowers the speed of the Weezing, and now the EQ goes off first. Yeah, let's see. But I think it's probably Haze or Icy Wind would be kind of cheeky, so... Yeah, I think he just goes for the... I'm surprised he didn't go for the Ursaluna right now. But I guess he saw how little damage it was doing last game, but a crit would just lose you the game. So let's see. I'm surprising the Weezing switched out there. Okay. Because also the Ursaluna just protected, though. I think a Wave Crash would have just finished it off, and then how's any... But again, yeah, you gotta watch out for the Haze and the Clear Smog, so... But this time, it actually has the Unburden boost, so let's see what happens here. Let's wait for all the buffs. Let's all wait for the +2s everywhere. Why not? Alright, let's see. Yeah, there's your Terra on the Ursaluna, right? Yeah. That just makes sense. But did he go for the Weezing here, though? Because that's a big whiff if he went for the Weezing. Yeah, Wave Crash, okay. So maybe it's not Unburden? I don't know. Like, Ori doesn't have any speed in there. I know Dozo's +2 speed, but... Like, I just know that Dripplin with a Headlong Rush... Oh, so he targeted. Yeah, it just does nothing. I don't think anything's... Yeah, this is just GG's. Just Earthquake until the end of the game now, right? I guess maybe you're hoping that Armarouge comes on the field and can do something, but I don't know. I feel like Shady's just drawing dead right now. Armarouge, yeah. And there's Houndoom in the back, though. Armarouge might... I think Armarouge gets Clear Smog, doesn't it? That'd be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you just go for the Facade Protect. Wow, that's such a good turn for Aaron. Wow. Yeah, you just go... Focus Ash, maybe? I don't know. It is. Interesting. No way. Yeah, that changes everything. Oh my goodness. Wow. Sash Armarouge, that's crazy. So now Trick Room's up, and he's got the Houndoom in the back. Your Dozo sitting there with very little HP. Yeah, so you just Facade. So here's the trick, though. You have to be able to KO the Tatsugiri this turn to make the most out of it. So Ursaluna goes first, and then does Armarouge pick up the Tatsugiri, though? I don't know. Yeah, because that... I guess Tatsugiri's slowest in Trick Room, so I guess it doesn't matter a lot. Did Shady just pull this back with that Trick Room? That's kind of wild. Let me see. What is that Armarouge gonna do? Substitute, okay. Who did he target just here, though? Expanding Force, it's not in Psychic Terrain. Oh! Okay, order up. That picks it off. So now it's Ursaluna Houndoom for the end game. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, Houndoom comes in. So I guess Ursaluna, unfortunately, your big damage dealer is only responsible for 7 HP. And I don't think that Houndoom can take out the Tatsugiri on the next hit. And you just know the Weezing's in the back. Yeah, and look how little HP the Houndoom has. This is hard. You know what might make sense if you... Hold on. You know what might make sense is if you protect with that... with the Ursaluna and let the Houndoom pick up the Dondozo. Now you have your... Actually, do you do that? No. You just attack and then get free damage. No, so you don't protect. Yeah, because Giri can't attack here. Yeah, there's the protect. Facade goes off. What is Houndoom going to do here? Dark Pulse, yeah. Yeah, you got to go for the flinches. Why not, right? And I'm curious how much speed is in this Houndoom right now, because Tatsugiri technically underspeeds the Houndoom. Yeah, honestly, I think Shady has a really good chance of winning this. Well, actually, no, Aaron has another Pokemon in the back as well. I think if he stalls out Trick Room, it's over, right? Yeah, he goes for the double protect. Facade goes off. Yeah, keep in mind that Ursaluna has minus defense drops from that headlong rush earlier. Crit mattered. Crit mattered. And what are we going to see from this Houndoom here? Dark Pulse, okay. Yeah, that doesn't take much at all, yeah. Tatsugiri has a decent special defense stat, so... How many turns did Trick Room left? 2 or 1? Yeah, Slacking comes in, does nothing. What does Aaron do here? I guess you can bring in the Wheezing here. I don't know how that helps, though. Maybe just use the Slacking as, like, punching bag? I don't know, because it's, like, it's hard because you can't protect. Because you have Truant, technically, so if you protect here, then the next turn you're just gonna loaf, right? So your Slacking has to attack. So if you bring in the Slacking here, it's really just to sack it, right? Yeah, I think what Shady has to do is Facade the Tatsugiri and then Dark Pulse the Slacking and hope for the pickup. But there's 1 turn of Trick Room left, so... But Ursaluna just has so much HP and it has sub up. Yeah, Aaron's in a rough spot here. This game kind of turned around quickly, didn't it? You see, he wants to Earthquake. Yeah, no, you just have to get rid of that sub. I think if the Slacking can somehow get rid of the substitute. If he has Flamethrower, it's stronger than Dark Pulse. Yeah, Ursa can knock out the Tatsugiri, unless it goes for Earthquake here. Well, no, it has... No, it's reveal all of its moves. Headlong Rush. Oh. Why? Why Headlong Rush there? Maybe cover for the Wheezing switch in? But I feel like Facade would have done that anyway. Oh. Muddy Water goes off. Okay, so it is slower than Houndoom. And then that breaks the sub. This game's over. Yeah, Ursaluna is just so good. And he's not even really, like, going for Trick Room. Like, in game 1, he didn't, and it was really terrifying. And he is in this game. Oh, he doesn't have the burn, does he? No. Oh, earlier I said something like, oh, you gotta protect to get that Flame Orb boost, but he's leftovers. Yeah, he got the burn last game from the side Will-O-Wisp. That's so interesting. What a weird interaction. Yeah, Aaron's just locking in quickly. So what's Ursaluna gonna do here? And you've already got 2 defense drops, right? Muddy Water, yeah, that should be it. Yeah. Woo, yeah, all right. Yeah, another 2-0. That, man, all 4 games this week went 2-0. This one was a little closer than the other ones. I feel like all 3 other matches were just like blowouts. But Shady made it, at least he was in both games. He went down early in one of the games and kind of crawled his way back. But and then that second game was a lot closer. So GG's, that was a lot of fun. So Shady starts off the season 0-2 and Aaron starts off the season 1-1. And all right, so you guys know what's next. So the last one of the week, I'm going to go into what I thought they were going to bring this week, compare it to what they did, and I will see you guys shortly, just in a second. Okay, so this is what we saw. This is what we thought they were going to bring. Safety Goggles Dozo. I thought that looked pretty good. And let me see, did we get any Terror types right? No, he went Steel. And then the Wheezing. I guess the Tatsugiri. Yeah, Tatsugiri didn't have Life Orb. And... let me see. Yeah, the Tatsugiri was there. Like, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was 1 off. Man, I thought the Palmot looked really good, but Aaron might have just been like, I don't know how he stops this other mode, so I don't even need Palmot. So, but yeah, Palmot looked really good this week. So, I thought it was the Misty Surge on the Wheezing, but it was the Neutralizing Gas. It almost kind of got him in a bit of trouble with the Neutralizing Gas in game 1 with the Ability Shield. But that was a really neat tech. Maybe a little too techy, that might have been it. When you're facing a team this hyper offense, like with Dozo, Giri, Goldango, Murkrow, Wheezing, Slacking, like it's so much offense just out of the box. It's so hard to run like Ability Shield Trick and stuff like that. And just meanwhile, Aaron just started doing damage. And you just go down so early, it's kind of hard to come back, especially with a late game Dozo Giri. You just kind of start chunking things in the front row, and then now you just have to just chip things with the Dozo in the back. I guess chip things with its +2 and tons of boosts, right? So let me see. So we had Hydropod. We did see Muddy Water. I don't really remember any other moves he used, so that's fine. D-Gleam, Flamethrower, Taunt. I did guess Taunt right. I didn't get the Terra types correct. Murkrow was Terra Ghost, yeah, but we didn't see anything else it did. Goldango. Let me see. Goldango, it was Terra Fairy. I had Terra Dark. And then Palmont didn't come at all. So we are 5 for 6 on this, but I did guess the Weezing set kind of wrong. But the Dozo set I was really right. So I'm going to give myself a 5 out of 6 on this one, but let's get into Shady's team. Shady brought... Yeah, we didn't see the Fungus. It's crazy. So we actually... Let me see. I guessed 5 of the 6 right, so we're 10 for 12 again on this one. We're getting these pretty accurate. The Ability Shield was there, but it wasn't on the Scrafty. I thought the Intimidate might have been useful. Safety Goggles on the Indeedee, but it was the Ability Shield. That's a really cool strat. Expanding Force, Trick Room, Wider. I think we only saw Expanding Force. I don't think we really saw anything else, but it was Focus Sash. Really neat. Really, really neat. Ursaluna was not Guts. Sorry, not Flame Orb. It was Leftovers. Terra Ghost was right. 2 of the moves were right, but then the Shadow Claw was the substitute. I thought that was a really neat strat too with the side Will-O-Wisp. Again, might be playing with his food a little bit too much because now you have like a little weirdness kind of thing like on the team with trying to like you had Focus Sash on the Armarouge, and then you had Ability Shield and DD with Trick, and then you had Substitute. It's almost like there's a little too much cooking. I do like, when I personally build, what I like to do is I like to start with how am I doing damage to start, and then I need to push. I need to be pressuring constantly, and then have a couple of little spiciness on a couple of things like the Ability Shield and DD, or maybe like the Fungus coming or something, right? But sometimes I've fallen into that as well, where you're just like, oh, I've got all these little tools, but the tools are tools, but they're not synergizing with each other. So this team had a lot of stuff on. But you know, in testing, it might have gone a lot better. And then this is just the team. I don't think there was anything crazy about this team that Aaron brought. So maybe it just wasn't super great. So he was going for memes or something. I don't know. But again, he stuck around. This team stuck around. It would have been cool to see the Scrafty come out. But let me see. So 5 or 6. So we're 10 for 12. Not bad, Jay. Not bad, Jay. So if you guys are enjoying these little breakdowns, like especially with the, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday that I usually release like the preview for the next week. And then I compare them in these videos at the end of the live reactions. Hit a like, subscribe, stick around, guys. Like I know like a huge chunk of you guys, it's actually crazy. I think it's like 99% of my viewers are not even subscribed. That's crazy. You guys are coming here every single week anyway. I'll give you a minute. If you haven't subbed, take a second. And again, I've actually been talking to some people and they're just like, oh, I thought it was subscribed and I wasn't. So this, I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds just to have a look. 3, 2, 1. That wasn't for me. That was for you guys, by the way. So thank you very much for all of you who have subscribed and like kind of interacted with things. I know we had a stream the other day and it was a lot of fun. So I just love talking to you guys. It's just so much fun to make this content and for you guys to interact back and forth. It's more of a conversation throughout the season rather than just me talking at a camera. So thank you very, very much. This has been so enjoyable. And I guess that's it for week 2. So should we look at the standings just for fun? It is the last one. So James lost this week, so he's 1-1. Uzi won, so actually Uzi might be in first place right now. That's crazy. Yo, singles player. He didn't think he was going to get a win, or he thought he wasn't going to make playoffs. But he's in first place right now, it looks like, because he'll be 1-1, and he beat up his opponent this week, which is Mount. Necra ended up losing this week against Poke-Aim. Did not go well for her. If you haven't seen it yet, it was kind of a beatdown. It was just one of those forgetting an ability was there, or like, you know, just going with the strat, whatever. You go watch the match. Wolfey ended up winning. Yeah, actually, wait, no, Wolfey might be first place. It's going to depend on the differential, so I'm not sure how Uzi... I think Uzi actually had a really good differential. He won his game, and so did Wolf. So they both got 2-0, so they're going to be 2 matches to nothing right now for these two. And the game differential will be the same, but the kill differential might, like the KD, kills versus deaths, I think Uzi might have had a better week than Wolf, maybe. I might be misremembering. Joey is 1-1, Shady is 0-2, Aaron's 1-1, and Mount is 0-2. So not a great start for Shady and Mount, but there's still 5 more weeks to go, so we'll have to see how it goes. And I will probably be doing a little bit of the MVP race and the Pokemon stats and stuff like that. Maybe we'll go over the actual standings once they update it on my next video. But again, not to keep you guys around longer than you need to be. Thank you very, very much again for your support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.